What's up everybody on YouTube? How's everybody doing? I'm doing just fine. Doing awesome actually. So today, welcome back to the Minecraft building series. Today, we're going to be doing a tutorial of this unique hill home. Now I did do a showcase of this before on my channel, so definitely be sure to check that out. I'll leave a link in the description to the showcase video. And for everybody else who wants just the convenience of getting it to there easier, there will be a little eye up in the top right corner of the screen. You can click it there as well. So as always, I always give you a layout to put down in your world beforehand. Now, not to be confused with the blue wool. The blue wool is just there to kind of separate the grass from the hill, from the ground, so you don't get confused. When I just had this laid down in the world, you couldn't even see the grass. It's just so that you can see the grass and put this down in your world. So make sure, before we start this tutorial, you have this layout down in your world, and then we're able to build the hill. Pretty simple once you got this down. So as the first thing here, we're going to build the door frame for our little house. So if you were to do the layout, you would have already had these two blocks placed in your world. I'm going to put two more blocks, two more oak logs on top of those oak logs, two oak wood stairs facing in towards where the door would be, and then an oak wood going sideways with a pressure plate on top of that. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to build our back window. So, again, if you were to do the layout, you would have already had these two oak logs placed in your world. We're going to place two more oak logs on top of that. In front of this oak log down here, we're going to place an oak wood stair. On top of these, we're going to place two spruce wood stairs. And then in the middle, we're going to do an upside down oak wood stair. Okay, so now we're going to build the right half of the hill. So we're not going to build the left over here. We're going to build the right hand side of the hill. So let's do that right now by placing grass blocks on top of these blocks. Watch it very closely. We're going to place one by the door frame over here. I'm going to make a strip of 3 going like so, and then one over here that connects it all up to the window. So you should have sort of like a smiley face kind of design right here, like a smile almost. Then what we're going to do is we're going to place a block over here. Now we'll fill these in later. This is just going to be so we can build the outer exterior of our little hill home. So let me do that again. We're just going to do a grass block right here in the little corner by the door frame, not by the window. 2 stone blocks going like so, so still keeping within this little shape here. Then we're going to go up on top of those stone blocks and place 2 grass blocks. Then behind this spruce wood stair by the window, we're going to put a stone, smooth stone, and then we're going to put a grass block on top of that. Then over here, we're going to put behind the door frame, behind this oak wood stair, a smooth stone, and then a grass block right on top of that. So for the left side, there is a tree on the left side, but we're not going to do that until the very end. It can get really confusing trying to build the tree in as we build the hill. So we build the hill first, and then we'll build the tree afterwards. So actually, the left side is the same as the right side. So we're going to do the right side just opposite. So grass blocks like a smiley face once again. And then we're going to do the stone like so. Behind this little guy here. This stair. And a grass block. And then 2 smooth stone blocks going like so. With grass blocks on top of them. A stone block behind this spruce wood stair by the window. And then a grass block on top of that. You guys can always rewind the video. I'm sure you already know that if you guys are a little bit confused or stuck on something. Also, leave comments down in the description if you are stuck on something. So now we're going to move on to the top part. Now the top part's pretty simple. We're just going to take our grass block and just fill in all of this. Now if you don't have grass, I'm sure dirt will work. You just got to make sure that the grass is able to spread all over the hill. And as you can see, I just filled in this little top part here, and that is the hill. So now what we're going to do is we're going to build our tree. Now, you guys can build your trees completely different than mine. I'm just going to make up one on the fly, just so I can, you know, kind of show you how you can make it a little different than the one we have over here. Because the one we have over here, it's pretty good. But I'm going to show you the simplistic way of doing this, so maybe if you want to do something a little different, you know, you could do something a little different. So, what I was doing was, as I took out this little part here. Now wait, actually, I think where the stone needs to be is where the stone needs to be, or it'll look weird for the interior. Now the interior looks weird right now, but we're gonna fix that later. It's a pretty simple fix. I think what we'll do is we'll bring up these, just so you can't see any grass. But anyway, so for the tree, what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring up some oak wood. Now, oak wood logs. Now the oak wood logs are just going to come up on the side here, probably about 5 blocks, I would say. And then what we'll do is we'll take our oak wood and then take out that grass block that we had, and we'll place some oak wood going like so on the side, and then some oak wood down here. Now these are acting like the roots almost, and we're pretty much almost done with it. So that is pretty much it. You don't need to add too much. And what I like to do is I like to add a little branch on the side, because we're going to have a ladder over here that's going to kind of balance that all out. So we can do that. So once you got this down, you got like a nice little shape going for you. Remember, there was a grass block here. We did remove that. You don't have to, but it's going to turn the dirt anyways. It doesn't look too nice. So I'm just going to replace that with a oak log instead. So over here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do some birch leaves first. This is what I like to do. I don't know. You guys can choose a leaf that you want to use. Any type that'll work for your biome. Maybe you're building this in a different biome. Who knows? And yeah. And you can see here, I just got this nice little tree design almost going for me. And I'm gonna build this one more block up. Actually, I'm gonna make this a little bit up, just so it doesn't look too awkward. The problem with this tree being so small is that it's hard to fit a ladder in it, and it's hard to make that look really good. But I think we've come up with something here that looks pretty nice. Because to be honest, the base model doesn't have a good tree, but I like this tree right now. This looks okay. And alright, so what we can do is then take some ladders, and we can build them up on the side here. Now, what I did at the top was added a spruce slab here, but you don't have to do that. You can do something a little different if you want. I actually think that looks good with the leaf there. So, I don't know. It's up to you, whatever you want to do, really. So what we're going to do is then I'm going to mix up some leaves within the birch leaves. I'm going to take spruce, because I think these two look really nice together. They contrast well. And yeah, I'm just going to add a little bit of spruce here and there. I think that's okay, actually. So then what I'm going to do for my tree is I'm going to then add spruce fences and spruce slabs to the tree, just to give it a little bit more detail. For being a small tree, it needs a little bit of detail. Now remember, anything that we place slabs on, like if we place it on grass, it's going to turn to dirt. So we don't really want that for our hill home. So make sure you don't do that. It's going to make it look a little bit bad. It's not totally. Now fences, on the other hand, they're fine. They won't affect your build. So I like to do some fences maybe dangling a little bit. You know, you can give it a little bit of detail that way. Little sticks in the tree. Who knows? It's pretty cool. I don't know. You can just do whatever you want with it. So, but that's pretty much how you build the tree. That's, you know, I know it doesn't look like this tree. I actually think this one looks better. It's more bushier. But yeah, so this is, you know, definitely an optional thing. This was actually a last minute thing that I put on there, but it works for what it is. So let's start by adding some bushes and some flowers around. Now this is what really makes the build. It really helps the build have color, because as you can see, the build is a lot of brown and just dirt colors, you know. So I just take all the colors of flowers. Now I don't spam them everywhere. I just kind of put them here and there. I dab them here and there and just give them a little bit of something something to the build. And we can also have bushes as well coming down the side. So I'm going to add some bushes right now. I'm going to take, as I said, I'm going to do one leaf first and then kind of bring it down like so. So you can see I went down the side. I'm going to mix in some birch leaves like this. There you go. You kind of got like a mixture then, and it looks pretty nice. I'm going to do the same thing over here. Maybe a little bit like that. Not too much leaves, you know. It's not a totally bushy area. And you know, I think that's actually okay, you know. And we don't want to do too much around the tree because the tree's like got its own bush up there. And we'll do one more little bit over there. That's pretty good. So what I'm going to do is do some grass pretty much everywhere, you know, leave some spots open to where I could put flowers. It's all up to you. Use your imagination to, you know, kind of put these flowers in where you think they're going to go. You can even put one type of flower, you know. You can do, you know, maybe you like a certain flower. Maybe you like the orange flowers, maybe you like the red flowers. You just want that color. You can do that. That's fully customizable to you. That's what I really like about this hill. But I'm going to do multicolor, because I think the colors make it pop when you have a lot of multicolors in the build, and really makes it kind of just stand out a little bit when you have all these colors. So if I was standing back here, I would be able to see a little bit of orange, a little bit of red, white, and blue going on within the same area and same view distance. So also, to add a little bit of interest, I'm going to add some ferns in as well. This gives it a lot of, like, just a little bit of plant variety. It makes it feel a little bit overgrown. Maybe there was a house here at one point and it was just like kind of overgrown, maybe. I don't know really what to think, but yeah, a little hill home, you know. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the exterior. That's what you got so far. So then let's move on into the interior. So I know this is a little bit of a, you know, exterior thing, but what I like to do is I like to put a torch outside my door frame and then put a door right on the front of here. Makes it look really, really good. Then what we can do is we can put a window in our little window spot right there. Now, where these little gaps are right here, where it's like stone on top, stone on bottom, we're just going to fill that all in. Just fill it all in. There you go. I'm going to fill a little bit in here as well. You just take that stone, put it right in there. And now what we're going to do is we're going to do some andesite right here. Andesite right here as well. And I'm going to do some andesite back here as well. So like above the window and then on either side of the door in the little corners. Now we're going to put cobblestone stairs going all the way around the back of the trim here. Just going upside down all the way back. And then we're going to put a cobblestone stair right in between these. Now the reason why we can't have a stair here is because it you know, kind of leaks into the outside. So we just want to keep it nice and simple. And plus, this andesite right here adds a little bit of interest to the door frame. In the middle, we're just going to place a cobblestone slab. And then on these little parts here, I'm going to add a cobblestone slab. Even where the window is, I'm going to add a cobblestone slab. Kind of makes it feel a little bit, you know, kind of closed in. It feels like you're in a hill. And then I'm going to add a cobblestone slab there. Now you can see a little bit of the dirt, but I feel like that gives a nice feel to it. I don't feel like it ruins the build, you know, a lot. Now this is fully customizable to you, this little part here. You can add chests, crafting table, whatever you really most need in your build. I like to put my crafting tables in the floor. It just leaves more room for something else. We can do anvils, pretty much anything really. Armor stands, anything. Let me just check here real quick and we'll get a little torch out. So what we could do is add a bed in here, maybe a chest on either side, ender chest over here, anvil, enchantment table. We can add furnaces underneath the chests here, just to add a little bit more room. And then over here we could add like an armor stand, or we could add like a little flower pot maybe. Who knows? It's all up to you. Fully customizable, as I said. Just make sure. I lost my stair. There you go. So beautiful. So there you go. You kind of got a nice little interior here. You walk in, and you know it's right there. Of course, then what you could do is You can add like torches up in here. You can add like one over here just to light up the area a little bit. You know, it's completely up to you what you want to do for lighting. I recommend also putting glowstone under the bed. That works as well. It's kind of like a hidden lighting feature, and then you won't have mobs spawning in here, so it works out really nicely. So that's going to do it for the unique hill home tutorial. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, please drop a like on it. If you didn't, well, leave a dislike and tell me why you didn't like it. But that's going to do it. As always, don't forget to be awesome, and I will see you guys next time.